and Judd Trump. Daniel Wells, 27 years of age, from Neath in Wales. One of the trio of pros from Neath, of course, Michael White and Jamie Jones, also from that part of the world. He's been a pro before. He dropped off the circuit but got back on through the Q School just after the World Championship. Judd Trump, of course, one of the firm favourites here, and indeed in every tournament he plays in. Just missed out at the World Championship, lost in that decider in the semis against Stuart Bingham. A cracking match that was. So once again, best of 7, and this is to get through to Sunday.
Thank you. First frame, Judd Trump to break.
Yes, it's not Daniel Wells to break, it's Judd Trump. He beat Joe Perry. It was a tough draw that in the second round, but came through 4-2. In fact, he had back-to-back centuries there. He was 2-0 down, but 130, 102 got him level, and then he won the last 2 as well. Daniel Wells had a very good win over Zhao Guodong, 4-0. But this is a different test, not least because it's in the television arena, where Trump has more experience. Wells also beat Anthony McGill in the first round, 4-0, so 2 excellent wins just to get this far. And Daniel Wells, let's not forget, was former Paul Hunter scholar when they had that scholarship. In the wake of Paul's sad passing, a scholarship was set up by World Snooker, and Daniel was the first recipient of it. So it's good to see him here centre stage at the Paul Hunter Classic.
Didn't need the knuckle. Would have been fairly safe, but for that. A little bit fortunate to see the keyboard tight to the cushion, but easier for a left-hander. Well, that was a chance to put that one away, but he's offered it back to Judd now. Tatiana Wollaston, our referee, and this one this evening, married to professional Ben Wollaston, of course. Unfortunately for Ben, he got beat yesterday. Well, that's not finished too bad if he's on this red to the middle.
6.
Might have gone a fraction too far. There she is.
Yes, it's strange in a way that the worse Ben does in a tournament, the further she'll go in it, because of course she's not allowed to referee anywhere near any of his matches or even the section the draw is in. But if he gets knocked out, no reason why she can't do the final.
Judd Trump, 6.
Trump taking the red on, as you'd expect, but not getting it.
1.
Well, he was able to just kick that red in with side, but has lost position on a colour. Good tucking behind the green here. Daniel's normally a pretty attacking guy, actually. He likes to go for his shots, but not on this occasion. It's too risky.
Daniel Wells, 1.
No, that's careless. If he's left this red on, that's left for the pack. That's very careless. That was a little bit of an edgy one. He's left one on the left-hand side. Otherwise, he's just playing safe. Yes. Judd here, a very strong favourite, of course, but you never know. One of the favourites for the title this weekend, if he can come through here this evening.
Yes, he had a very good season last season. Of course, he won the Australian Open early on. Towards the end, he won the World Grand Prix. And as I say, only just missed out on a place in the World Final. He's entered the Six Reds World Championship, which comes up a week or so's time in Thailand, and then he'll have the Shanghai Masters. So he's obviously determined to play as much snooker as he can. Try and get his hands on more silverware throughout the season. Players don't have to play in everything, of course. Most players do enter virtually everything because it's their livelihood and, well, what else they're going to be doing. But towards the end of the season, it can get a little bit congested. As we were saying earlier, Mark Williams ended up, I think, a little exhausted after all the tournaments he played in, and you can't blame players for picking and choosing. It's difficult. They didn't used to have this problem when there were only 6 ranking tournaments, but they're having to get used to the new era.
It's a nice problem to have.
Absolutely. Next season there'll be even more. There's 3 new ranking events in the UK and Ireland, and there's also the new European Championship. The Indian Open has been moved from this season to next season, so there's going to be a lot of snooker to come in 12 months' time as well.
That will do. Well, a little bit thinner than intended by Judd. Wow, there's Matthew Seltz watching on.
Yes, he was beaten earlier. He's a friend of Judd's, but he went out in the second round, did Matthew.
1.
Andrew Higginson beat him 4-1.
Good putt there from Daniel. It's another one of those, David, isn't it? We keep saying it, you know, a newish player against a more established player, and if Daniel can settle early, he's got every chance. But of course, if he allows Judd table time, he could have his hands full.
4.
Yes, he's going to have to do some damage in this sort of situation. And we saw in the previous match the players, particularly Williams, just struggle a little bit just controlling the cue ball, and again, not absolutely ideal here.
Right, again, just seemed a little bit springy
9.
off the back cushion there.
This is actually the elder of the two. He's 27, Trump's 26, but obviously Trump has all the big match experience.
Well, it was a good pot. I think he was trying to just push the pink towards this left-hand corner, but it's still on to the right, but it's not easy.
Black ball. Daniel Wells, 10.
Matt Selt must like his snooker. He's been knocked out of the tournament, but rather than go to the bar and drown his sorrows, he's come in to watch this match.
Still plenty of time.
I'm sure, yes. The night's young. There he is. He's probably checking on the... he's a big Villa fan, Aston Villa fan. He's probably checking on the match earlier. They've got a draw against Sunderland. I'm sure they'll take that.
Well, I'm not sure whether that was intended, but especially where he's hit them, he will take it. He's a little bit unlucky not to land on a colour. So look at this. Has he actually played the plan here? Well, I'll give him the benefit. He has done it because he's caught the other red, the first red, on the thin side. So I think that was intended.
Yellow ball. Daniel Wells, 1.
Well, could have been better because I think he's offered up a chance here for Judd. This red ball past the black, he should have covered this one. Oh, Judd's found the gap with the cue ball. Well, if he's gone for the pot there, it's a little bit crazy. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do. Oh, can you see enough of that one? Judd might have got away with that. I think there's the red, it's just this side of the black spot that he's looking at. Still out for the pink. Yes, it will go. Well played.
1.
Just thinking about that last shot from Judd there, Dave. I mean, Judd doesn't want to take too many liberties here. Sometimes he's prone to do that, if it depends what mood he's in, but if he takes liberties, he could find himself in trouble.
Seven. 8.
'Tell you, it's gone 3-3 between Graham Dott and Jamie Cope. Victory over Ali Carter, 4-0 over Lee Hang. So that puts Ali through to tomorrow, the last 16. He'll play the Marco Fu or Jimmy Robertson.
He's only dropped 1 frame today, Ali. It's nice to see. Yes, well played. Gone out of position on the pink, but that's a good recovery pot. Now, has he landed on this red?
He has, I think.
Yes, it looks like no problem. Just done through the gap for the pink.
22.
Already with a 28-point lead. This is a great chance here for Daniel to take the opening frame. Well, he looks like he's queuing well.
Eight. $29.
Well, this is obviously a test for Daniel here, David, but it certainly gets the adrenaline flowing. This is what it's all about, isn't it? This is what you do as an amateur. You turn professional, the hours upon hours of practice. These are the moments you have to savour.
Absolutely. Bearing in mind he had to go through the Q school to get his place back, and there was no atmosphere and crowds there, I can assure you. It's pretty anonymous, that
35.
is. It's like a production line, but he came through, and that's, as you say, what it was all about, to play matches like this.
36.
The chance to showcase yourself. That's what it's all about. And climb the ladder. Oh, we were just bigging him up, and he's missed that one.
36.
And he hasn't done enough yet. That was, we only wanted the pink and red.
Yes, just a straight pink off the spot. Disappointing.
1.
Awkward table, but Judd Trump, one of the game's great talents. Wouldn't put it past him here to clear up.
Well, he's got a perfect angle on the blue to come off the top cushion and move the red off the side cushion. Nice, played the cannon into this one. Oh, nicely done.
6.
Well, this would be some clearance.
Judd Trump, 6.
A little fortunate to see the red land there. Well, he's played the clip off the left-hand red, didn't play it very well. He's been a little bit lucky there, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not quite got going yet, has he, Judd Trump, in this match? I think he'd quite like to start it again. 36 the difference, 43 on. You can hear all the applause from the other tables. So many people are watching the outside tables. There's a lot of big names playing there. Mark Selby among them. Marco Fu, Graham Dock, etc., etc. It's a nice event, this. It's a very enthusiastic crowd, nice atmosphere. And, of course, because it's played in Paul Hunter's memory as well, it just makes that a little bit more special. Yes, he was, well, he's missed it both times round.
No miss. Daniel Wells, 4.
Needs to hit it this time, otherwise he needs a snooker.
Well, it's fairly easy to hit these reds off 1 or 2 cushions here, but he's playing the swerve to try and clip a red and go back down the table. Now he's looking to come off the side cushion. He's playing the swerve again. He's got to hit this, as David has just mentioned. Well, he has done, but he's caught the other one. It's been a little bit lucky, unless it goes through the gap. Daniel here just looking for 1 red. Will this go? Amazing.
1.
Yeah. Well, Wells delighted. Looks like he's won this opening frame. It's a let-off, though, having missed that pink earlier. Trump may play on here if he doesn't pot this.
Daniel Wells, 7.
Michael Holt has won against Andrew Higginson 4-2, and Sean O'Sullivan has beaten Tiang Peng Fei 4-2, and Holt and O'Sullivan will play each other in the last 16 tomorrow morning. Well, it's Trump who needs the snookers. And that red should make sure for Daniel Wells.
Daniel Wells, 1 and a frame.
Big match for him tonight, and he's made a good start. Judd Trump the favourite coming in, but it's Daniel Wells who takes the opening frame. Playing for places in the last 16 tomorrow morning, and it's advantage Wales. Here in Germany, Daniel Wells leads Judd Trump 1-0. TV match of the day. There'll be action
Second
continuing,
frame.
I'm sure, on the
Daniel
outside
Wells
tables,
to
but this is the
break.
last television match. More people filing in as Daniel Wells breaks off in frame 2.
Well, not the best off shot in the world from Daniel there, and he's left this one. Well, Judd hasn't settled yet. Didn't intend to cannon into the black there. Just have to be a safety.
Green ball. Daniel Wells, 1.
So Mark Selby's gone behind now against Scott Donaldson, who leads 3-2.
It's amazing now, David, isn't it? You know, the strength, the depth in the game, and we always expect that all the big guns should come through, but they don't always do.
No, these are tough events, as I said earlier, cutthroat, really quick matches, and a lot of hungry players looking to take advantage if the top players do slip up. This is the main arena, but there's 11 tables in total here. Start of play. Trump just not quite there yet.
Miss. Daniel Wells, 5.
played a very casual safety shot in the opening frame, and since then it's gone away from him a little bit, but it's still early doors in this match, but that's being put back.
Well, there's the result I just brought you a moment ago. Ali Carter beating Li Hang 4-0. So Ali through to the last 16. Of course, this time last year he wasn't playing at all. He was still having his treatment. Had his seeding protected to the end of last season, but obviously those protections don't apply now, so he's looking to make up ground on the rest. Well, there's the before. And it's just about spot on.
Caught the red too thick. I don't think he was looking for a glancing blow on the way down direct, and it was cushioned first.
And just to reiterate another result I just brought you, Michael Holt from Nottingham, part of Team Griffiths this year. He's been advised by Terry Griffiths for the first time, and it seems to be working so far this week. He's through to the last 16 tomorrow to play Sean O'Sullivan. Interesting lineup so far in the last 16. We've got 11 players through, 10 of them are English, the others Malaysian. Here's one of the Englishmen, Sean O'Sullivan, no relation to Ronnie, but he's through 4-2 over Tian Peng Fei.
Seven.
The Malaysian is Thor Chuan Leong. They call him Rory Thor. That's sort of his nickname on the tour. Another player, Mike, who got through yesterday, Stuart Carrington, a fellow Grimsby man.
Yeah, played very well actually, beat Matthew Stevens last evening. He's just beginning to find his feet on the main tour now. It's taken him a couple of years to settle in. It does do that, just happen that way sometimes, but he's sort of, all of a sudden, the confidence is now building. He knows that he can compete at this level.
Yeah, we saw him at the Crucible last season, and he drew Judd Trump. Played very well, was beaten by Trump, but played really well on his debut.
Yes, he was a bit disappointed with the first session. Yeah, he just finished. He played very well in the second session to come back, but he felt he just left himself too much to do in the end.
Yeah, well, understandable, nervous first time there, early on.
22.
Daniel Wells came within a frame of getting there in his first season. He lost out to Barry Hawkins, 10-9 in the final qualifying round. A bit of a sickener.
He's doing okay here, though. Well, he's finished on the side cushion, but it's not a problem. Just drop the sim for a red. Has he ever done it? Oh, he has.
Daniel Wells, 23.
Now, it'd be interesting to see what Trump can make of this, because it's a sort of situation where you'd expect him to do some damage, but at the moment in this match, it hasn't been happening for him. It can change. As I say, he was 2-0 down to Perry earlier and made 2 centuries.
1.
And that's gone wrong. He played to stun off 2 cushions there for the black. He's still on the black, but it's a little bit more difficult now. He's got the blue. But you're absolutely right, David. He'd be looking to knock in a 70 or 80 here if he can. But he hasn't left himself on the intended red near the right corner. This one still goes, but it needs potting. Yes, well done.
7.
Well, he made 82 centuries last season, which was a phenomenal achievement. Of course, didn't get to 100 like Neil Robertson the previous season, but even so, it's plenty.
12. 13.
Neil Robertson not in this tournament. He's had some time back in Australia, which is perfectly understandable. See his family. Not happy today, though. Chelsea, his great, one of his great loves, of course,
20.
lost out to Crystal Palace.
$21.
But look at how quickly here he's got the balls at his mercy, Trump.
$27. 28.
Very special talent. He was winning junior competitions when he was 8 or 9 against good opposition.
Shouldn't be allowed.
Won a national title when he was 10, the English under-15s.
34. 35.
Got a slight kick there, but it's just got there.
42. 43. 48. 49. 55.
Just a bit of a stretch for this one. Just a little mini book going on, I think. Still has the problem, the one
56.
near the side cushion. Although it's a couple of inches off that cushion, but he's the wrong side of the blue. You might have to play the pink here, screw behind this red. 27 the lead, he needs the pink and the red. Well, he hasn't hit that at all well.
Yeah, as you say, just needed to get on that red
62.
and pot it. Should have been one each.
Just wonder whether he'd be tempted with the double. You wouldn't have thought so. Well, there's the equation, but he'll be disappointed with that. It was the previous red to blue, which was the poor shot, really.
Judd Trump.
And
62.
he's not best pleased with that. What you must do is make sure you get the object ball safe. It's no good getting a good cue ball if you leave the red there. And even the cue ball's not perfect. Not sure whether Judd will take this on or not. Daniel having to play that dead weight to stay on at least the pink, which he needed. Well, does he feel that that's moved?
Nimis. Daniel Wells, 4.
Nicely done. Well, I think this might cut into the middle. Decided to wait. Well, he needs this to go tight to the cushion. It's a chance. It's very thin. Lucky man. Well, from the other angle, I didn't think he could pop that. It was frame ball, of course. Well, it's definitely going to be one apiece now. Just from this camera angle, David, I didn't think you could see enough of that, right?
No, it wasn't clear initially, but Trump delighted to get another chance to kill the frame off. He's still not 100%, but he should have won this frame now.
And a frame.
37 in it, so Daniel Wells has seen enough. And we're level at one apiece. First to four to reach the last 16 of this Paul Hunter Classic. Judd Trump and Daniel Wells level at one frame all. You can hear the various bits of applause going on from other matches. These guys watching this match, but there are other matches going on. Could be a late night for Mark Selby. He's 3-2 down to Scott Donaldson. If he does come through, he's got to play another match against Martin Gould. So Selby still playing his second round match. He didn't get on, in fairness, until late in the first round because he was on this table. A lot of Judd Trump fans here, I'm sure, and they've seen him win the second frame, but they haven't quite seen him produce fireworks yet. But there's still time in this match as we wait for the players to return. I can tell you that Graham Dott and Jamie Cope 3-3 and down to the wire in the decider. Ah, yes, you're on. Smile, you're on camera. Yes, very enthusiastic, the German fans. We met quite a few of them, didn't we, at the Tempodrome in Berlin?
Yeah. Hope nobody's sitting next to somebody they shouldn't be.
Yes, of course, there's another European Tour event in Mulheim in a few weeks' time, and then the German Masters, the big one, in Berlin in February. As Tatiana Wollaston, the referee, waits for the two players. Ben Wollaston, here's a fact for you. Ben, her husband, this is the 60th of these PTC European Tour, Asian Tour events, and he's played in more than anyone else. He's played in 58. So if you're interested, Ben, top of that list, but of course out of this tournament. Just waiting for the two players to return. We don't yet know, of course, which match we'll be showing you in the morning, but we're live all day tomorrow, all 4 sessions. It should be a thrilling finish. She's pretending she doesn't know she's on the camera. Yeah, some top players through. Ali Carter, Sean Murphy, Mark Davis among them. Daniel Wells would love to be part of the lineup in the morning. Don't forget as well, all the money earned counts towards the world rankings. It all counts, and there's the Players' Championship to get into the World Grand Prix that Trump won as well.
Judd Trump to break.
So Judd Trump's won the second frame, and this is the third of a possible 7.
Well, he had 2 goes at it. I think Judd had taken this red into this left corner pocket. Oh, he's going the other way actually. Decided to split the pack, but he's pushed one over the corner. Didn't expect that. Could have landed better.
Daniel Wells, 1.
Terrific pot from Trump, nicely on the blue.
Yeah, a little bit careless from Daniel trying to roll in behind the yellow. Sometimes it can go over finger marks and things and just move slightly, and it comes beyond the colour that he's trying to get in behind. But good chance here for Judd. You're just sort of waiting for Judd to switch up to another gear, another level there, David, and sort of get a lot of table time here.
Yes, I think you kind of always expect it of him because we've seen it so often. It's not a guarantee it'll happen, but just think last year he was so consistent, really. Had a good campaign. All those centuries that I mentioned, won a couple of titles as well.
7.
So many of the top players now are, frankly, getting on a bit in their 40s and late 30s, but Judd Trump, just 26. May not even have hit his peak yet.
Well, we keep saying it. If he puts it all together, he could definitely dominate.
13.
Would somebody dominate this game these days? There's a lot of players, a lot of good players around.
14. 20. 21.
'Well, I think the black is only available into one corner.
27.
Unless he comes low on the black there to the left corner. He'll probably play on the pink to the middle here. Well, I think he's trying to get on the black, but I'm not sure if he's gone far enough. Still has the option of the pink. No. Well, if that had gone another inch to the right, I think he was on that. So it seems that it will pot from that side. It's played on the plant.
34.
There's some distance between these two reds as well. Yeah, well done. And he was perfectly in behind them.
35.
You just get the feeling, David, that he's thinking, well, I've had enough of this. I'm going to start showing my class now.
41.
He knows he should win this match.
42.
Got the angle to just open these 3 reds. Well, unless he pushes the left one out the way and the other 2 are a plant. Well, he didn't play that very well. Caught that red far too full.
49.
Still has this one to the middle, though.
Judd trump. 49.
It was the previous black which was poor.
Not much in these middle pockets. That looked in at one point. Just a bit too high.
Well, I'm just going back a couple of shots here, David. I was looking at those 2 reds near the black, and the way he played the previous black, I thought he might be opening them up as a plant. But obviously they're not, so he should have probably tried to just run into them and split all 3. Anyway, that's gone now. Judd has a good 48-point lead here in this 3rd frame. And the balls are positioned well for him, i.e. if Daniel would get an opportunity. Yes, you can see those 2 reds are not on to that corner pocket. So I don't understand that shot that Judd played from the black a few minutes ago. Well, he's going to be leaving things on with this one. Well done. Committed himself.
Eight.
That's a lovely recovery putt there to the middle. Oh, massive kick.
Daniel Wells, 9.
Wasn't as bad as the one Sean had last evening, but I'll tell you what, that is so disappointing. Well, it wasn't as bad a kick as last evening, David, but that black seemed to drift a little bit towards the side cushion there.
Yes, it was basically unmissable, but for something like that, and horrible for Wells. And it might not have been as bad as the one for Murphy, but it could be more significant, because in the end Murphy won the frame and the match. But that was a vital moment where this happened. He was in here looking to
8.
do the business in this frame, and well, incredible really.
Well, it was enough to take it offline anyway.
9.
He's given Trump this chance. 48 in front, this black. 55 with 51 on. Just checking the scoreboard.
$16. $17.
Well, very significant. If it
23.
Yes, we'll never know if Wells would have won the frame from there, but the fact that he got that kick has given
Judd
Trump this chance.
23 and a frame.
And it's very disappointing for Wells there, not his fault. Horrible kick. And Judd Trump is in front here. Having lost the first frame, he's won the next two, and the next one really is a big one for both players. So Judd Trump leads Daniel Wells 2-1. 2-1 then to Judd Trump. In the last 32 of the 400 Classic, Daniel Wells, well, it's hard not to dwell on this, isn't it? This kick. Horrible. It was still a tough table, but it was a chance, certainly, to win the frame there. Would certainly make it a lot closer, and that kick, in the end, cost him pretty dear.
Well, he's got to try and put that out of his mind. Much easier said than done, of course. If he just puts his efforts into this frame and makes it 2 apiece back in this. Well, I was just thinking when Daniel sent that cue ball down that side of the table, it had to be sort of towards the back cushion. It wasn't far enough down. Still a great pot from Judd, though. But at this level, you've got to make sure that your safety is good.
Four. Five.
No, he could just run through for the black here, but he might screw back off the pack and open them up. No, he's running through.
11.
A little bit further than intended. It's not so much the black, it's the position on the next red that's the problem. Huh. Well, when you play at that pace, it never becomes a problem. Not bad.
18. 19.
Just go back to the World Championship, actually, where this lad was in the semi-finals. What a match with him and Stewart it was as well. We were thinking at that stage, David, and we're talking and chatting, we thought it might be Judd here. He was playing well enough, but came up against the old ball
24.
run in that semi. What a match.
Well, particularly great last session. Oh, hang on. Not again.
Judd Trump, 24. One.
Well, although it's only 2-1, time is running out a little for Daniel Wells. Got to try and make the most of every chance now.
No, he's run out of position. I'm not sure what he's trying to play on there, but there's nothing to the left middle. Oh, this is risky. Well done. He's a big bounce out.
7.
And he's just about got there on the yellow. He's working hard for these. And again, a nice recovery pot. Now then, is he on this one through the gap? Oh, that's a bonus.
Ten.
That's poor. What a chance that was.
15.
Annoyed with himself.
Daniel Wells, 15.
Yeah, frustrating for Wells. Just 15 from a good scoring chance. Well, the cheers you can hear for Scott Donaldson, who knocked out Mark Selby 4-2. World number 1, former champion Mark Selby twice in this tournament. You can hear the plenty of people watching. Just listen to the cheers. And it may have put Judd Trump off there as he takes that long red on. Oh, hang on. Well, that's just rubbing it in after the kick as well in the last frame that Wells had. Trump's flute one now. Incredible. He'd left the lot on as well. incredible applause there. Scott Donaldson, yeah, he's got to play another match now, of course. He's got to play Martin Gould tonight in the last 32.
7.
We'll have about 10 minutes and then back on again. There's the result confirmed for you. Scott Donaldson beating Mark Selby 4-2. A terrific win for young Scott Donaldson.
Oh, great
12.
shot. Well, you knew they had the insurance of the red over the middle, but
13.
looking to push on here, Judd.
Yes, in the midst of all that applause, he fluked a red. He took a long one on, missed it, came back across the top cushion. Well, Daniel Wells has done the lottery numbers tonight. It's probably no point checking them.
18.
The luck he's having.
$19.
Might work the other way.
$26.
He's made mistakes as well, though. He was in himself and he lost position. So
27.
Trump couldn't have fluked a red but for getting back to the table.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, if you've been blitzed, you're not getting any chances. That's fair enough. You're sitting in the chair, but if you had chances and haven't taken them, you've got to question what you're doing.
So this red coming up, and it's a snooker required.
34. $35.
If he does win, he'll play Jamie Cope, who's beaten Graham Dott 4-3. Good win for Jamie, who's been in the doldrums a little bit of late, but he's trying to get himself
42.
back up the rankings again. He's actually 98th in the world. He lost his ranking points because he dropped out the top 64.
Judd Trump, 42.
But for just 5 years ago, he was in the top 16. So snooker's required here, otherwise Trump leads 3-1.
One.
Gonna have to pop this.
Now, top corner looks favourite. He's going to the green pocket. Well done. Had to go in, as David mentioned. He's still giving himself half a chance here.
Eight.
That's just to confirm the result. Jamie
Daniel
Cope.
Wells, 8.
Good win for him there. Graham Dott once beat him in a ranking final in China, but Cope's beaten him here 4-3.
Yeah, and Daniel's not played a good safety. I think this frame is over. It will be if this goes in, of course. It's about to go 3-1. Judd 1 frame from victory. Every credit to Jamie Cope as well, there, David, because he didn't have too good a season
5.
last year. Seems to have put in the work during the summer, and then he's
7.
getting a few good results now.
He's always been a great talent. He's had problems, health problems. He had to
10.
shake even when practicing. It was a hereditary condition. And obviously that did set him back, as I mentioned, down to 98th in the world.
14.
Well, whoever's sitting behind the green pocket might be in danger here. Oh, he's gone the other way.
So Judd Trump well and truly on top here. Daniel Wells not having a great run. He has made mistakes as well, though, and it all adds up to Trump now standing 1 frame away from a place in the last 16. He leads Daniel Wells. So
Thank
Judd
you.
Trump needs 1 more
Frame
frame to put
5.
himself
Judd
through
Trump
to
to break.
the final day of this Paul Hunter Classic, and you can guarantee it's going to be a great atmosphere tomorrow, because this evening been terrific. We haven't seen the Selby Donaldson match, but you could just hear the roar for Scott Donaldson. And that will send him on his way nicely into his next match against Martin Gould.
Yeah, and there's a few coming over from that match already to watch the conclusion of this one. Just over an hour's playing time then for these boys. 4 frames, that's not bad, 15 minutes a frame. The question is, can Daniel here get himself back into this match? But in missing that one, he's offered up this chance for Judd here. Judd's just been a little bit more controlled, a little bit more disciplined over the last couple of frames. He started fairly slowly in this match, but he's picked up.
Six.
He might even know that Mark Selby's got beat, so another challenger gone out.
7. $14. 15. 22. 23.
He's lost the white. He might still take this on because there's that red down the other end of the table. He doesn't tend to shy away from these. But again, it's no gimme. Huh, what can you say? Bang in the middle. He's just knocked that in like it's over the corner pocket. And he's on the red. He wants to win frame and match here.
Yes, and I mentioned just on a slightly different subject about Tatiana, the referee, almost as a joke that Ben Wollaston out she could referee the final. Well, she's going to referee the final. Nothing to do with me. This is World Snooker, but well done to her. That's a great achievement. Jan Verhaas has tweeted that, so that's how I know that.
You know some stuff.
Well, no, it was a sheer fluke, I'm going to assure you. But well done to Tatiana. That's great for her.
$34.
Well, we know that she's going to be doing the final, but do we know will Judd be into that the next round tomorrow? He's got a good chance here. Especially now, he's on this red to the right middle.
Thing is, even when he's not playing at his very
41.
best, he's still playing well, and then he can switch up, and suddenly you can't touch him.
Yeah, even here, we can see there's still, I think there's still plenty left in the tank.
$42.
But he wants to, he'd like to get it out of the way now. Ooh, that kicked, but it's gone in.
$48.
Yeah, saw the little jump.
Didn't really affect the outcome.
49.
Scores so quickly, doesn't he? He's already up to 49 and not that much more to do now. A few more pots and he should be through. Daniel Wells won the first frame when Trump was a little bit ragged, but didn't take advantage of other chances and was very unlucky. The kick was a significant moment, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I don't think Daniel's played that poorly in this match. We've seen worse performances from players
55.
this weekend so far. I think he should take the pluses from this, not the minuses.
The kick came in frame 3 when Trump had broken
56.
down and Wells had a chance to clear. It wasn't an easy one. The balls weren't ideally placed, but it was a chance nonetheless, and the fact that he got the kick let Trump back in, so it was significant.
63.
Red McCullough required.
64.
Well, I think the shot that set this up, David, was that black into the corner pocket, tied off the side cushion, went down for the red. He could have easily left everything on, but he went for frame and match, which he often does. That was the key shot for me that set this winning contribution up.
Well, he's had 2 centuries
70.
today against Joe Perry to take his tally for the season up to 8. Of course, we haven't had that much snooker yet.
71.
Could he finish with 1? That could bring the house down. And he's just got to sit and watch, I'm afraid.
Well, I know there's a full day to go, but are we possibly looking at the winner tomorrow here?
78.
Whatever happens, it's going to be a great day. Things are warming up nicely. And I always say it's the 2 qualifying days. You just want to get through, and then you can really push on into the final day.
85.
There's no doubt that Judd has definitely switched up a gear here. Certainly would be nice to finish this match off with a century.
It would just push him ahead of Sean Murphy on the all-time list. They're tied at the moment on 357, joined 8th.
93.
So this black then for a century. Cracking way to finish.
Yes, this has been superb. This is more like the Judd Trump we know. It took him a while to get warmed up. What a nice way to finish the evening.
Yes, and it's just showing all the other players he's not only won, he's won playing good stuff.
106.
Doesn't make the total clearance. 106 to finish. He just got better as the match went on. Slow start, but excellent finish. And Judd Trump puts himself into the last 16 of this Paul Hunter Classic with a 4-1 victory over Daniel Wells.